I've got a tutorial for you for the disproportionate image. So what you need to do is get your photos, so open them in a file, just select both your photos with holding down shift and open them together and they'll open up. So they're my two files there. Now what we want to do is with the background file, you want to create a second copy. So duplicate layer, alright? Now you've got two, one locked and one not locked. Now what we want to do is go into our second image, move tool, click and drag into the second file. Now you want to rename these layers so that you don't get confused. So background layer and person I've chosen. And now we have two separate layers. You want to go to layer mask down in the right hand corner. You can hover. Then you want to make sure that your colour in the bottom bucket is black. And now we're not going to use this, so we're not going to use the quick selection, we're going to use the paintbrush. So you click on that and then you change your size and the hardness. So the hardness changes the hardness of the line or the side of the brush. So see how that side of the brush is very, very hard? So it's very straight, there's no blur or anything like that. So you just go around the image and you can use the hard edge for that part. Now you want to make it a bit bigger maybe for the bigger parts of your image, depending on your image you've got. And you can see over here that there's a black and white. So the black is what we're painting on, but it's masking out, so a layer mask, it's masking out the image. Now you want to change the size down to get into the smaller areas. So be very careful, zoom in, so zooming in into the smaller areas, being careful not to cut off their hand. Change the size down again. And then, oh, whoops, so you just do Control Z. Keep going. Now, as you can see here, I've changed my size up, but I've also changed the hardness, so you can see the sides of it blur. Rather than being really straight edge like the other part, this part I've blurred out to show you the example. Now you can also see that I've sped this up a little bit. Whoops. So what you do there is you change the colour to white and you just paint back over. Easy. And then you flip it again. So obviously I've sped this up. Careful not to chop off the fingers again. And you can see that that edge is a lot blurrier than the left side. So it's smoother, and because it's smoother, it's going to merge better with the background image. So we're going to continue speeding it up a little bit more. Changing all this, trying not to cut our fingers off. I'm not going to complete this because it takes way too long, so I'm just going to show you quickly how you would get around the hand, changing the size constantly, so you can't just use one size, being very careful, but don't forget you can always change your colour to white and then get rid of it again. So I've cut out some parts here, zooming out again and coming down the side of the dress. Sometimes it's easier if you do the outline and then you zoom in later and then we'll cut out the inside. So I'm cutting out the outline, sort of painting around the outline, and then I'll come in and I'll make my paintbrush bigger and I can do the bigger space now. A lot easier. I need to make sure, can you see how I've accidentally coloured through her leg because of the hardness? The hardness was in the wrong spot. So now I come back through and try it a little bit slowly. Now what I'm doing here is I'm just continuing to cut it out. So obviously I haven't finished it, but now I'm going to use the move tool. Hold down shift and move your image in. So what I'm wanting to do is wanting it to make it look like she's smaller at the gates. So holding shift again, moving, oops, made her skewed, shift again and putting it down. Now tick it, and you can see that the image is on that mask layer, and we've got two background images. So that's what it looks like, just turning them on and off. So that's her on her mask layer. You can zoom in and make it a little bit bigger. Obviously this is an example. In the real one you wouldn't have the legs cut off. You would have the legs there. Place it. Now to save file, save as. Just name it something and save it as a PSD first. That's what we'll do here. Now your file, save as again, save it as a JPEG. Okay, thanks for watching. It's now your turn.